Federal health officials are warning this morning not to eat any romaine lettuce unless you know where it's coming from, as the E. coli outbreak spreads across the country. The CDC advisory now includes whole heads and hearts of romaine lettuce, along with chopped and bagged romaine. CBS News confirms at least 64 people were infected in 16 states. But while the government believes that the lettuce is from the Yuma, Arizona region, it doesn't know who grew, supplied, or distributed the contaminated vegetables. Anna Werner shows us how victims are responding. Anna, I was at a salad place, ordered a salad, and for the first time asked, where is the lettuce from? Just to be safe, I got arugula because I was still sort of worried.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. How do you know where your lettuce is from? And do you know? The CDC says it can take an average of 3 to 4 days after coming into contact for people with E. coli to start feeling symptoms. We spoke with one teenager who says she thought she had a stomach bug.
It was a scary process.
Mia Zlepko is a high school dancer who enjoys eating healthy foods like salads. But after eating a romaine salad from a local store in Pennsylvania, she started throwing up and having abdominal issues.
It's kind of hard to sit there in a hospital and not know what's wrong with you, and you feel so, drained.
After 4 days in the hospital, she says doctors told her she might be suffering from an autoimmune disease. But just as she was heading home,
all the doctors came in, and it was kind of like a big surprise, it's E. coli.
Her mother, Tina.
We were all shocked. It was such a relief.
At least 64 people in 16 states have been infected with the same strand of E. coli linked to romaine lettuce. About half have been hospitalized. The CDC says most people develop symptoms like diarrhea, severe stomach cramps, and vomiting and recover within a week. But 5 people have suffered from a form of kidney failure.
What's concerning me at this point is there's an unusually high hospitalization rate.
Bill Marler is a food safety lawyer representing Louise Frazier. She's suing Panera Bread, saying she contracted E. coli after eating romaine lettuce at one of their restaurants in New Jersey, and as a result was hospitalized for weeks. She says she was diagnosed with a type of kidney failure, which required several blood transfusions. She's now suing both the restaurant and its supplier, Freshway Foods, Inc.
The restaurant, the grocery store, is responsible for the food they sell you. And if it is contaminated with a pathogen, it's defective. And the chain of distribution that supplied that is ultimately responsible.
Panera Bread officials told us they don't comment on pending litigation, but said they have resupplied with romaine from other regions. Supplier Freshway Foods has not responded to our request for comment.
It can be pretty frustrating for consumers when they've heard since 2011 that new food safety standards are going to be in place.
Sandra Eskin is the director of food safety at the Pew Charitable Trust. She says investigators will try to trace the romaine lettuce back to the farm, where it could have been contaminated by bacteria through irrigation water, animals, fertilizer, and more. The romaine also could have been cross-contaminated in a processing facility while it's being cut, washed, and bagged. Eskin says it's challenging to pinpoint the exact cause.
We know the problem was E. coli contamination. Where did it come from? How did it get on the lettuce? Once that's determined, we can figure out if some of the regulations need to be tweaked.
For now, the CDC is telling consumers if they can't confirm the source of romaine lettuce, to not buy it, eat it, and to throw it away. Consumer Reports is advising people to avoid all romaine lettuce because they say it's unrealistic to expect consumers to figure out whether their romaine was produced in Arizona. Tina Zlepko says she's glad she kept searching for answers for her daughter's illness.
Had we not gone back to the doctor and then gone to the emergency room, she could have gotten much sicker very quickly.
Well, doctors say Mia should make a full recovery. The produce industry groups say they're cooperating fully with the government to identify the source of this outbreak and that the health and safety of their consumers is of the utmost importance. But they say that the harvest and shipment of romaine from the Yuma, Arizona region has been stopped. But for now, the word is no romaine unless you are absolutely sure you know where it came from. A lot of people got sick from eating in restaurants. Well, what are you going to do? Ask, right?
Yes,
like you said.
yes. And as you point out, you still don't know where it comes from, even when you ask.
Right.
You know, you have no guarantee that it didn't come from Arizona. I mean,
Right. So hopefully they'll track down the cause on this quickly.
Yeah, sooner rather than
just
later.
put a pause on your deep affection for romaine for a while.
I have.
Switch from Caesar to spinach this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anna, thank you.